Hi, this is Kevin with Naples Lawn Service, and today we're going to be doing a video on how to replace your trailer axle hub and bearings and get yourself going down the road again. Okay, so the number one thing to do to prevent your bearings from going out is keep them filled with grease all the time. And we do, but these bearings have been in here many years and they've lasted a long time. But basically what happened is we're going down the road and the tire starts coming off a little bit and it's spinning oblong around there instead of true. And so we were almost to the house. We pulled in the house, jacked it up, and that tire just fell right off there. So that's what leads to this. The best preventative thing is keep them things greased all the time. I got a video on which grease gun to buy and use and how to use it, so be sure to check out that video. Okay, I'm going to show you a picture here of what happened to this thing since it was spinning oblong. It ended up damaging the axle a little bit and putting some dings in it. It also messed up the threads, and so we had to use a threading tool, a tap, to redo the thread. So be sure to watch a video on that. It's a separate video. And also when we put this wheel on initially, we had it all but 3/8 of an inch back there. We didn't realize it, and we couldn't fill up the same with the grease. We put like a tube of grease in there, and it just wasn't filling up, and that's because it wasn't pushed all the way back. So we got a different video on that, proper greasing and things to watch for, and so be sure to check out that video. And this video is just doing the hub and the bearings, but we did have to smooth over with our tool the little dents we had in the axle, and we use a little Dremel tool to smooth those dents out, and then we use a tap, retapped our threads, and then this one has brakes on it, but you can buy the whole hub with pre-packaged with bearings and ready to go. It's like 110 bucks or so, or you can buy the whole hub with the bearing kit that you install yourself, which is what we're going to show you today. Or if your hub's not damaged, you can just buy the bearings and just repack the bearings. But let me show you what a damaged hub looks like. All right, so this is the inside of the hub that was damaged. And so you don't always need a new hub unless it's damaged. But if it's got all those grooves and scars and scratches in there and it's damaged, you pretty much got to put a new hub on. And I'll show you the new one here. This new one, as you can see, doesn't have grooves and damage inside there, and it's all smooth. So if all that's damaged, put a new hub on, but if it's not damaged, you can just put the new bearings in. Okay, and before you install these, make sure, do a little dry run. Make sure this is going to go on, because if you got some burrs or scratches or dings like we had, and you don't use a Dremel tool or sandpaper to smooth those out, and this goes on all but 3/8 of an inch or 1/4 of an inch, it's going to be tight, and it's going to work for a little while, but you won't be able to grease it because all your grease is going to come fill up this drum instead of go into the bearings. So you're not going to be able to grease it. So make sure you slide that on. Make sure it goes all the way up your dust cap that you're going to have here, or not dust cap, but bearing cap. This is the cap I'm talking about. It's actually a grease seal. It's going to end up going in there like that. But the first thing you're going to do is just dry check it. Just put it on. Make sure you're going to be able to get all the way up against this little ridge right here, and then make sure your bearings are going to be able to get all the way up there where they're supposed to be. And because once you put all this together, if you ramming it on and it won't go any farther, and it's supposed to go another 1/4 of an inch or 1/8 of an inch, you're not going to know it. So make sure this stuff fits on first, and then if it doesn't, use a Dremel tool or something and Dremel around there and smooth it out, or some sandpaper. And then once you pre-check it with that, then you're going to be ready to go. And then you also have your front bearing here. It's a little smaller. You're going to make sure that it's going to fit on too, and it's going to go on there like that as far as it needs to go before you put that whole thing together. All right, so like I said, you can buy a kit already pre-made with the bearings, the seal, everything in there. That's about 100 to 120 bucks. Or you can buy this and put the bearings in yourself. It's only like $20 less. But you want to pack these bearings, okay? Bearings got to be packed full of grease. So you just want to go round and round and round this bearing, filling up all those bearings full of grease. Very important that these bearings get really full of grease, okay? As much as you can get in there. And you just keep on going around this can and shoving it down in there like this after you've scooped it up with a can. And when you're all done, you're going to end up greasing this whole thing with a grease gun anyway. But before you put them in, you're going to make sure that all these little bearings here are all filled up with grease. Got plenty of grease on them. All right, before we put the bearings in, I'm just going to show you where the grease comes out. I hooked up my grease gun here, and just watch right there. That's how your grease comes out, and that's how your bearings get greased. So I just want to show you that before we put that on there. When this is all assembled, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to hook this up, and we're going to go ahead and fill it full of grease. Also, I did a video on this grease gun. Go ahead and check out that video. But if you want to know a good grease gun to buy for a great value, check out my video on this grease gun. Okay, so what you got here is you got two bearings, the small one, the big one, and then you're going to have that bearing cap. And then these other two items are just your nut for holding it on and the retaining washer, which will keep the nut from spinning off. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is put in that rear bearing and that bearing cap, and it's beveled in there so you can see that the bearing is going to go in a certain way. We're going to show you. Okay, so we're going to drop that bearing in there, and then we're going to put on that green dust cap. Green bearing cap. Okay, now you just get a little rubber mallet. You're just going to beat that green cap right in there until it's flat. Okay, and we're going to put a thin layer of grease on this axle before we shove everything on there. Okay, now if that bearing is stuck on there, welded on there, if it's stuck on there and you can't slide the whole hub won't want to slide off, and you'll really have to pull on it till it comes off. But then that bearing gets stuck on there. A good way to get that off is just take a Dremel tool and lightly cut that, and that's how you're going to pop that bearing off if it seizes up on there on you. Okay, at this point you'll shove that hub on there, and it should just shove right on there nice and smooth. Might need to rock it a little bit. And then we're going to put in our little bearings. At this point, we're going to shove that little bearing in, make sure your bevels are going the right direction. And then we're going to put the washer on top of that. And you might need to lift up on the bottom of this and use a flat screwdriver and make sure that bearing is shoved back all the way and seated. Okay, now some kits come with a washer and a cotter pin, or some kits come with a washer that's already got the anti-backing off mechanism for the nut built in and no cotter pin. So that's what we have here. But otherwise you would have the flat washer with a cotter pin. And we're going to show you how this one works. Okay, so we're going to shove that on, making sure those little tabs are out towards you. Okay, so whatever your kit comes with, that's what you're going to put in. Now the last thing for this kit is this castle nut. And this is just going to spin right on there. We did have damaged threads, but we fixed them with a tapping die mechanism. So be sure to watch my video on that. Okay, they do make a socket, but you can also just use channel locks or a pipe wrench or something like that to put that on with. Okay, with those tabs, you're going to bend those tabs down with a screwdriver and a hammer or something like that, so the tabs end up in the middle of that notch in the nut, so that nut can't back itself off. Okay, so you got two tabs in case you ever break one off. You just need to bend one of them over inside of the nut with a screwdriver. All right, now we're going to hook up our grease gun. We're going to start greasing up those bearings, and it doesn't hurt to spin it a little bit as you go, so everything gets good and greased inside there. Okay, now grease should be coming out here when it's full. Okay, see how it's oozing out of there? That's how you know when you're full. Okay, last thing to go on is your dust cap here. Got to make sure this is hammered all the way in. Don't beat this too hard because if you end up denting it, it's going to want to come out, so just beat it softly. And beat it evenly on all sides because you want this thing to go in all the way. So there you have it. That's how you do one. This one has brakes. Some trailers don't have brakes, but that's how you're going to replace that. Hopefully that helped you. Okay, there you have it. If you like it, hit the subscribe button and hit the like button. And we're going to have a lot more videos coming out. And be sure to check them all out. We've got 200 to 300 videos on there already. Everything John Deere and lawn service and what have you.